Timeout podcast with Jensen Maydew, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And welcome into the Sports Timeout podcast brought to you by Jeffersons, Free Fried Pickle Fridays, and also, if you're a college student, 50 cent, give me my money or something like that, you know, the trend that's going on. 50 cent boneless Thursdays are back, so don't really know that joke. I guess it's a joke against dads. Didn't really catch on to that until, you know, a couple of famous guys, Stallone and some others. But yeah, go check out Robert's Integrative Dentistry when you get done there in Joplin if you're looking for a brighter, straighter smile. And be sure to schedule your appointment today at 417-622-0404. And also, don't forget to check out the newest sponsor this fall, and that is TeeTime, just south of Ghetto Tacos in Webb City. They have started Wine Wednesdays, BOGO wine, and slushies. And if that doesn't get you, again, Thursday night is college night. Bring your ID, get 50% off gameplay. And if neither of those intrigues you, stop by and get some stinking good iced coffee. That's for sure. Wake you up before you go to bed if you want to go golf beforehand, or in the morning, you know, when they open at 8, 9, somewhere in there. But yeah. Any news before we get going?
Not that I can think of.
Surviving another severe thunderstorm up here, apparently. So it's better than a hurricane. So
I guess Midwest weather though is crazy.
And before you know it, gonna have to go empty out the pool and have that done so it doesn't freeze. So hey,
yeah,
but
crazy.
True. Wes Underwood, Clint, Tony out. Jensen is in this week, and before we get started, her to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. And all right. First up, we'll go ahead and talk NCAA top 25. We focus on the top 10. It's different this week. Not a lot different, but it's different. You got Texas becoming the number 1. Georgia becomes the number 2. 3 through 5 stay put. That's why I say it's not really interesting there. Ohio State, Bama, Ole Miss, and then Tennessee moves up to number 6, replacing Mizzou, who moves down to number 7. Miami from number 10 goes to number 8. Oregon stays at 9. Penn State moves down to 10. I mean, really, as I just mentioned, no big changes, but I guess a big question is, when will Nebraska surpass? They're currently 22. When are they going to surpass the top 15? 3-0, first time since 2016. They started that year off at 7-0. They haven't really had a meaningful bowl game since Georgia and the 2013 Gator Bowl. Their last bowl win was in 2015 in the Foster Farms Bowl. So, I mean, like, okay, cool. Foster Farms, what do you get? Like the Pop-Tart Bowl, you get a Pop-Tart, right? And then Foster Farms, you get like a bowl full of fruit or vegetables. I mean, today's economy, cool. That's awesome. But this team also has a special quarterback, okay? Just 3 games in, Raiola is the talk of the nation. 670 yards passing as a freshman. Yes, a freshman through 3 games. He has 5 touchdowns so far to 1 interception. He is 59 of 80 in the air. And again, a freshman at that. That being said, if they beat number 24 Illinois this weekend, do you think we see them in the top 15? They currently sit at number 22. So, any thoughts there?
Do you think that actually, it's a question. Do you think that if he was like at a big top SEC school that he would be this successful?
You know, after watching Arch Manning come in for Ewers, I feel like anything's possible. Yeah, Arch is talented. So is Raiola. Raiola is doing this in a league that had KU at the top last year and has had a lot of proven teams in the Big 12. I mean, Yeah, you lose Texas. Yeah, you lose OU. I don't know. Do you see him better than Texas and OU? That's a good question. Like they go to the SEC. So it's a good question. I'm going to give that a couple weeks. I want to watch what they do against Illinois. I feel like Illinois has been a pretty decent football and basketball school over the past few years. Illinois gets hurt a lot. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a curse, but in the football side, they get hurt a lot. But they're ranked this year. There's a year that they really aren't not good. Like, they play some tough opponents. So, I don't know. If they can beat Illinois, then I want to see what they do the rest of the year. If they beat Illinois, though, number 24, that's their first ranked team, I believe. If my mind serves me correct, that will be their first ranked. Raiola, if he can go also over 350 in that game, because I mean it's a division rival, so we'll see. But to answer that, ask me again next week. We'll talk about it again next week. But yeah,
All right, I got you.
I really do feel I want to be confident right now and say that, but I don't really know that much about Raiola other than he's Patrick Mahomes Jr. It's like what everybody's calling him. So
I mean, the resemblance is there.
it's scary. And I don't know if the NFL should be worried about that because the last time they had a guy like Patrick Mahomes, and it was Patrick Mahomes, look what he's done in the NFL after all the horrible, horrible combine stuff about him. So now Raiola's out there. So what are they going to say about him? Oh, he's like Patrick Mahomes. He's great. Or are they going to compare him to Arch Manning and he's not as good as Arch and Ewers and he's not as good as Ewers and other guys in the league. And I mean, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
good points.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But, okay. We'll move on. We'll talk NFL. And what another wild week. And first up, we go ahead and talk Tua. As it was announced Tuesday that he's looking at being out on IR for at least 4 games. And it's like no timetable for them on this after that at all. You want to give them as much time as you can, obviously. And I mean, what are your thoughts here? Because I'm feeling after this one, I don't think he should be done, but most definitely at least take a few more games off and then past the 4. And then after that, if he gets concussed again within, let's say another half season. So the end of this year, a little bit into next year. If he gets one more concussion within that time frame, I think that's too many in a specific time frame. Then he should be done. But right now, and I'm saying this, I mean Tyreek Hill trusts him. Their coach trusts him. I mean, what else? They don't seem too concerned, but they are concerned because you could see it in the face of the players and of the coaches, and so I don't know. But right now, if he can come out decently after that, you did see it where you could see his hand kind of curled up again. And that's just, I feel like he got more bent on the neck than he did a concussion, which I feel like that was more of his injury. Yeah, he hit the ground hard, and then they ended up diagnosing him with a concussion. But in the moment, it didn't look like a concussion. It just looked like he got wrapped up wrong and he fell on the neck wrong, which, I mean, I guess that could lead to a concussion. But in that moment, though, it didn't look like a straight up head injury. But what are your thoughts here?
Um, I think that he should be done.
Okay.
Um, Only because I've seen this at the hospital, when your hands do that, that's usually like signs of a brain injury.
Oh, yeah.
So he's definitely like already got something brewing. Um, so I don't know why he would push further when like he's set for life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he has so much life to live.
Indeed.
Uh, but I also think that like in an athlete perspective, you know, he hasn't been in the NFL that long
No.
and you're finally like reaching your dreams. So I don't think that he will stop playing,
Yeah.
but think that he should stop playing.
I don't know if you saw the interview with Manti Te'o, but he had almost a similar career. And him and Tua are very close. And the things that he said about, yeah, it's a short career, but come on, man. Like, we love you. We want you to be where you're at safely. We don't want you to be wondering where you are every day. We don't want you to be another person. Essentially, those aren't exactly his words, but that's where he was getting. It's like, we don't want to see a different you. We want you to be you because you're a great guy. And Coach Saban many times praised him for his work ethic, many times praised him for being positive on the team. And some of his current teammates that I've heard in the shadows have said that some days he just comes in and he's kind of bum, like not super happy. Like he's just got that mentality like, okay, I'm here. And then when the cameras are around, we see a different story, and Tua's Tua. But I don't know. It's just those things that are off camera, those things that we don't see as fans, those things we don't see as announcers, whatever you want to call it, broadcasters and all that. I mean, just it's crazy. Like to think about that. And a lot of people don't want to think about that because they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's my friend out there." Instead of, "Oh, that's my teammate. Yeah, he's going to be all right. He's going to get us pumped up and stuff like that." So, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's different. It's
Yeah.
definitely different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, all right. We'll move on in the NFL. We'll continue. Another guy who had a lot of rough patches early in his career, and that's Kareem Hunt. And before we talk about him getting on the practice squad and where we think he's going to go here, Andy Reid came out this week and said that he's in a lot different place than he was a few years ago, and he sees a lot of maturity in him. That's a lot coming from the coach. I mean, the coach that made the ultimate decision to get rid of him in 2018, along with Brett Veach, along with the Chiefs staff. I mean, huge, huge game between the Bengals, though, and the Chiefs last week. And then Pacheco ends up breaking his fibula, and that's horrible. That's horrible to see. And being there last week, just going to that game and watching that, like, we didn't know he was hurt. Like, we knew he was just off getting help. He came out after the game and he was celebrating. He went, I think he did like IG Live or something like that for the Chiefs, got that dub. And then in the locker room, everybody was like, oh, dude's really hurt. Like, he's solemn. He's in there like limping and he's in pain. And it's like, uh-oh. So a lot of the post-game reports as we were coming home while we were listening to the radio, they were talking about the injury and we're all just sitting in the car and we're like, injury? What? He got hurt? I thought he
Right.
just came out because they were saving him. Like they didn't want to waste him anymore. And well, rightfully so. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy story there. But Kareem Hunt was signed to the practice squad, expected to be elevated. They did elevate someone else as well. But I mean, Chiefs play Sunday night, Atlanta. What are your thoughts on this one? Good signing, bad signing, and does it make a difference?
I think it makes a difference now,
Yeah.
with such a major player being injured. Um, so I think overall it's a good signing, especially because like he has been, I guess, obviously on the practice squad, so
Yeah.
like he knows and like he has experience, even
Yeah.
if it's not technically game experience. But there's just like a maturity um that you need, and he's gonna bring that, and I think it'll be great.
I think the only thing he'll be missing is the BNME factor. BNME was the running backs coach at that point, and he was the guy who was the one in charge of him. And he's coming back into almost kind of the same offense as Nagy's back in there. And I think that's going to be a good fit. And maybe Nagy will be that guy that's able to coach him up. I mean, I don't remember who the Chiefs running backs coach is now. For some reason, I knew all the coaching staff until BME left, and now it's just kind of who fits where type thing. So, but I'm excited to see what he can do. Everybody said he dressed out for camp this week. Everybody said he showed up. He was practicing with the team. He looked in shape. He looked good. We'll see what he does if he gets into a game. But by tomorrow, it's Friday now. By tomorrow, if we don't hear then we'll assume he's not going to be in this week. But if we do hear, or they could pull a Christian McCaffrey and just 30 minutes before game time, yeah, he'll play. He's been elevated. Yep. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that one. I really want to see that. I like the rookies there, but after the fumble and Carson Steele talking about how he had to do drills this week on how to secure the ball better. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, they scripted you to say that, didn't they? Because it straight up looked like he didn't want to talk about anything else. Like that was it. That was all he could talk about. And then, yeah, we signed that guy, Kareem Hunt. That's a good ad. And it's like, you could tell in his voice, like, yep, I'm going to be benched soon. So, but, all right. Continuing in the NFL, we go ahead and talk quarterback Derek Carr. Been fined for his week 2 touchdown celebration that imitated Michael Jackson. And someone told that to ESPN. Carr snuck the ball in from the 1-yard line, got a touchdown in the third quarter for the Saints, who ended up winning 44-19 against Dallas, that apparently nobody saw coming, but the rest of the NFL world, because Dallas is going to tank and they're going to go get Bill Belichick. Hello, have you read the script type thing? I mean, just kidding. Tony, I'm not kidding, but yeah, I am. I don't know. But Sunday, yeah, that was a good game. And then, yeah, he did that little dance move made famous by Michael Jackson and grabbed his groin and did a little thrust. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, haven't seen Derek Carr really celebrate like that before. Okay, good for him. And then the NFL goes, yeah, we don't like it. $14,000, but good job. Good job. And I was like, okay, he didn't even get flagged in the game for it, which typically stuff like that you do. Nobody flagged him because he doesn't usually ever celebrate. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one? Should he have been fined?
I mean, I don't think so. I think that like if they didn't call it in the game, then I don't think it's fair that they like are like, oh, never mind. Actually, you know, I
14,000.
yeah. I mean, I know that like that much money is just like a drop in the bucket for them, but still I feel like it's like the concept of that. And also I was thinking like, what do you think happened fantasy wise? Like if they would they have lost any points or no?
Oh no, not on that one.
No? Okay.
Now, if he gets suspended, then yeah, you're down on quarterback if you have him.
Yeah.
But there's probably not a lot of people that have him as a starter anymore. They probably got him on the bench, and he's out there trying to prove. I mean, they're 2-0. He's out there trying to prove that he's still an elite quarterback. And I think last year we saw that, and just dips of injuries happen to that team, and they've got a pretty solid defense. So I think we see the Saints defense of old. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu would look like a ball hawk out there again, and he was doing his thing. So kudos to them. But
Yeah.
all right. Now we get to head into the WNBA, and we get to talk the new team in Portland, and excited to dive into this one. Get your thoughts here. What are the details you've heard, and how excited are you for this?
I'm so excited. I think they're adding them in 2026.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm also jealous because I really want a team in Houston. Since we already had one, so I think we should get one again.
How long has it been? Do you remember? I know they had one.
No, I
No,
don't
I don't either.
know.
I'll have to look that up.
But I know that you can still find like gear around, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Thrift stores and all that jazz, and then some of the old sports shops. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, especially like I thought it was a big deal when they expanded just one team and
Yeah.
then they very, very quickly turned around and expanded to another. So I'm excited to see like the growth and how many teams over even just like the next 5 years are
How
gonna
much
be.
bigger do you think it will be for them? Having two more, do you think they end up with more teams, or do you think they stay put for a while?
I think they I think they stay put for a while, but I don't think that it'll stay like 14 for long, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I give it about 4 or 5 more years, kind of like NWSL adding quite a few teams, and they needed it. Like it's going to be good, and we're seeing the new teams in the NWSL just do their thing, and some of them are ending up pretty good right now. They went out and got a bunch of people that were former teammates and free agents, which they didn't really have free agency very much up until the last few years. So it's been something to watch, and I mean, continuing to watch that's going to be fun too. So both sports, I like it for both of them, and I hope that they're on the up and up there. So
Yeah, very, very big moment for women in sports.
just like the charters and everything too. I think is it NWSL that doesn't still have it yet. I believe I know NBA WNBA got it this year. So.
Yeah, just got it. Yeah.
But all right. Well, now we move on to talk soccer, and that's brought to you by the Corner Kick in Neosho. Be sure to stop by the Corner Kick located at 1411 Blue Oak Lane, Sweet Sea, Neosho, Missouri. They have the largest soccer store in Southwest Missouri, Northwest Arkansas, Southeast Kansas, and Northeastern Oklahoma. So be sure to check them out Tuesday through Sunday for your football needs. And right now, they're continuing to offer that 10% off for kids who signed up for local and city rec leagues, and go check them out before that deal's up. And, well, I got a chance to catch up with current player Nichelle Prince, and we got to talk the season at hand and a little bit about her career as well. Take a look. All right. And yeah, well, we bring in 2012 U17 silver medalist, 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, 2020 Olympic gold medalist, and 2024 Olympic quarterfinalists, and Kansas City current forward, Nichelle Prince. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, list of accomplishments there. Like this far
It's
into your
crazy.
career, is that crazy to you?
It still is, yeah. Obviously as an athlete, you're always pushing for more, and sometimes you just have to reflect on, oh wow, like you've done some cool things. So yeah, it is cool to hear it.
And so we kind of talk about those accomplishments there, and you're just kind of reminiscing in it. Like, so what's it been representing your country at the Olympics and international competitions?
Yeah, I mean, there's surely nothing like it. It's, the first time I ever got selected for a team, I was 18, and then I didn't get called back in for a couple years. And I mean, I still like get that excitement of making a team, making a roster that I did when I was that age, because it truly is an honor. And there's so many players, that would want to be in that position and are fighting to be on that team. And so get to represent your country at that stage. Yeah, it's something that I've dreamed of since I was a little girl. So getting to do it now, when I was a little girl, I didn't even think I'd be playing at 29. So to, get a call up to be at the Olympics at that age, like it's very special.
Yeah, I kind of see it come to fruition. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
so another question on top of that, how does playing for the national team compare to playing in the NWSL?
Ooh, it's very different. I think that with the national team, you only meet up every maybe 6 to 8 weeks. You have 2 games and you have like 7 days to prepare. And I think I think that just the preparation and the chemistry between a team is harder to build because of the limited time you have together.
Mhm.
I think that, yeah, with a team in the NWSL, you have to be ready week in, week out. You're creating that bond with your team, but you're also competing. And so, yeah, it's very different, but soccer at the end of the day, but it's very different.
And continuing on NWSL there, we talked Kansas City. How's that journey been so far, and how are things up there for you?
It's been good. Obviously this is my first season. I got traded here at the beginning of the year. And honestly, it's the best thing that could have happened to me in my career at this point. To be on a team that like every single week you're competing for a spot to play, to get on the field, to get a start. That's something that I don't think I've had consistently for a long time. And so it's truly challenged me. I came in and I unfortunately had a couple injuries at the beginning of the year. So it's been a kind of a slow ramp up to really, build my spot within the team and to build my chemistry with players. But I don't know. It's also been really fun. It's been fun because it's a challenge every week. And I think there's an expectation from the players and the coaching staff that like you go out and you bring your best game every single week. And although that's pressure, it also, that's what makes us love this game because of that
Yeah.
pressure. So it's been really fun.
Awesome. And well, you mentioned that injury. We'll go ahead and kind of touch on that a little bit. Calf injury, correct?
Yes, yeah.
And so how has that rehab process looked, and how are you feeling overall now as you've seen more time on the pitch?
Yeah, when it first happened, I was with the national team actually. And it truly was devastating because the year before I had just come back from an Achilles injury. And
Mhm.
so, I didn't rush back, but I got back very quickly. And I don't think I ever was able to truly build a base, and, get my full strength back and my full fitness back. In my head, I felt like I was, but I truly wasn't. And I think that's what, the resources and the staff in KC realized. And so it was devastating because I'm like, oh, I'm at a new team. I just started and I'm like, this is going to be a fresh start and exciting. And then that happens. But I truly feel like I needed that to really build myself up again and get completely fit, get completely strong, and be in a good space where I can compete week in, week out. And yeah, so I think again, it was such a blessing being traded to where I was because the resources here to get me back on the field and to not rush me back. I think for my whole career, it's been like, okay, well, can we get her back as soon as possible so we can get in this game or go to this tournament or whatever? And which is obviously as an athlete, we love that. We're like, yes, get me back on the field. But for what was best for me, I needed to really take my time and really, take a deep look at like where my weaknesses were and,
Yeah.
get stronger. And so, yeah, it's been the best place for me to do that.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we go ahead and talk last week against Orlando. You had some great moments in that game.
Oh, thank
Team
you.
played well, in my opinion, as well as you all ending in the draw. What's the team's mindset now as you all return home for the Spirit this week? I mean, it's a pretty tall task at hand. I'm not going to put anything else on that to just be like, oh, it's just the Spirit, but it's the Spirit. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, our schedule these last 5, 6 games have been difficult. And I think that we've truly like had to look at every single detail of our game and like the little moments because teams like the Spirit, Orlando, South and North Carolina, those teams
yeah,
are going to punish you, and really find your weaknesses. And so, yeah, I think that Orlando game, we want to win like that, especially since, they came to our home and they
yeah,
got the 3 points. We wanted to get that win at their place. But I
yes,
think we also have to be proud about the fact that we put out a really good performance against that team. Defensively, we were sharp, didn't let anything through. And we also had chances on the other end that, again, moving forward against these big teams, we need to take. We're not going to get as many chances as we did in the first half of the season. Teams are getting better and sharper. And
yeah.
so we need to make sure that we're capitalizing on that. And so that's kind of where our mindset was this week was, okay, like, go back in and have another disciplined performance, but against the Spirit, but also like making sure we're capitalizing on those chances that we do get.
Yeah. And so on that, some chances that you guys get come from the crowd. And well, do you have a message for the fans as they come to watch you guys this week in another fun, eventful matchup for sure?
Yes, guys, please just keep doing what you've been doing all season. We are so excited to get to play at home every single week that we're there. It's like nothing else. And again, I spent half the season in the stands watching the games in the stands because of my injury, and
Yeah.
it's like nothing else. And then when you're on the field, you feel that support. All the chants, all the cheers. You guys just knowing every single player, just giving every player love. It really means a lot, and it brings the energy for us. And so if there's any lows in the game, we need you guys. We need you guys to be loud and to just bring us up and yeah, keep pushing us for those 3 points.
I mean, you mentioned lows. I mean, you got Labonta though, right? I mean, she's the ultimate hype. So
She is the ultimate hype woman, honestly. It's really fun to experience. I mean, I've played against it forever and I've seen her celebrations, and now to be on her team and to witness them, she's great.
that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, couple more fun ones here for sure. And I did some Wikipedia research, so
Uh-oh.
don't
Okay.
know how much you've researched yourself on Wikipedia, but went in there. I found some fun stuff a couple weeks ago on Wheelers. So
Okay.
All right. So favorite players that they've listed for you. Have you ever talked about that with anybody?
Oh gosh, it's been a while.
Okay.
So I hope I remember what I
So
said.
players include Christine Sinclair,
Okay. Of
Messi,
course.
and Carlos, I believe it's Tevez.
Yes.
How
People think
accurate is that?
okay. It's really funny because I think my sister actually told me about this. I don't know why she was on my Wikipedia, but she was like, "Why is Carlos Tevez one of your?" But he used to play on City a lot, like years and years ago, and that's the team I support. And he just made me. He's the one who like made me fall in love with Premier League.
Okay.
Just like his how he played, like he's just like very gritty player that like would just score like gritty goals. And so yeah, that I would, it's like it's dated for sure, but he's still someone still someone that yeah, I admired. And then obviously Christine Sinclair. I can't not put her. She's literally like a Canadian legend. So
Awesome.
and then Messi,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Messi Ronaldo debate. I'm going for Messi. I love them both, but I'm sorry, Messi. How could you
Ronaldo
not?
here. So I mean, and
Oh my.
I can't blame you for Messi. I mean, watching that game was super fun. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but all right. Last question here. What's been the most memorable moment of your career to this point?
Ooh, I mean, it definitely has to be the gold medal at the Olympics in 2020. I truly think that was like the best day of my life
You
and
got it
the
right
best
now
time
with
of
you,
my
right?
list. I actually don't, which is crazy,
Okay.
but it's in my home that's in Houston, so I don't
Fair
have it
enough.
here. But
Fair enough.
yeah, for the first couple years, I truly did have it on me all the time
Okay. Okay.
because
I
people
mean,
always
I
wanted to
feel
see
like
it.
coming into the locker room where you're at now and be like, hey, ladies.
So I just wear it. Yeah, just bring it in.
I mean,
Like
I'm sure
just to
Desi
remind
Scott would
everyone.
be okay with that, right?
Me
So,
and her should bring it. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Everyone else might be like, okay, it was a little while ago, but
Hey,
I'm
I
still proud
mean,
of it.
you still got it. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's fantastic. But appreciate you
Thank
taking
you.
time out of your week and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm excited for them this weekend. Spirit's going to be a tough game. Trinity Rodman's coming in, and that's going to be one that's going to be like watched. Like people love Trinity Rodman now after the Olympics, and not very many people really knew about her before except the soccer community. So, I mean, it's big for her and it's big for them. Having the Spirit come in to Kansas City at this point in the season is a blessing for Kansas City in disguise, and hopefully they'll be able to use that crowd volume we talked about, and hopefully they'll be able to get that win at home. And well, next in the MLS, we go ahead and talk Sporting, and they look great in the midweek matchup. They earned a big 3 points as Polito and Tommy both put on a show. They ended up beating the Rapids 4-1. Tommy put up 2, and Polito put up 2. And I mean, it was exciting to see the team to put together another full match. And looking at the stats here, bringing that in real quick, you got a really close one in the MLS. I mean, bottom of the league is within an 8-point gap, I believe, is what I'm looking at here. So looking at the table, we got right now at the 8th spot, we got Portland at 43. And Sporting, after their win on Wednesday, they're at 31 now. So, with that being said, if they can pull out another big 3 points this weekend, they might be able to tie or move ahead of Dallas, depending on if they win or lose. Dallas, in their last few matches, they went even and then lost to Salt Lake. So that's their last two. They play LAFC, and that's going to be a tough matchup for Dallas. And then, yeah, Sporting. Let's talk about Austin as well. They're up just a little bit. They went even with LAFC and then lost to Toronto. So if Sporting continue to win or at least get some draws for now, yeah, they're really going to have to win though. But getting some draws would be huge, and it's going to be fun to watch because if they can play like they did against Colorado on Wednesday, then that's the confidence they can gain. And not only 3 points that they need, but they'll be able to build on that and be able to play better as a team and as a unit. And I'm excited to watch the rest of this season for Sporting because unfortunately, they aren't top of the table for 2 years running. Well, really 3. And they did make the playoffs last year. And if they don't this year, I think there's going to be a lot of questions for this team. It's like, are they going to be able to close out? Are they able to play collectively as a unit? Are they able to finish out games strong, like going along with the closeouts? Being up 2 goals with 5, 6 minutes to go in a game, you should be able to pull that out and not give up and concede 2 to 3 goals against you to either get the draw or lose in shocking fashion because your team gets frustrated because they're really young and then things happen. So it's really crazy that it's turned out this way over the last couple of years. I like it as a fan because I like the race and I like being able to watch a team compete to make it there. It's kind of like watching the Royals in the MLB right now. Like they've lost their last 3, and Detroit is a team that's trying to sneak into the playoffs. Well, think of Detroit as being Sporting, and they're going to be that team that's going to try to come in and disrupt things. And I think that Sporting would be able to do that. Now, that being said, briefly touch Royals here. Hopefully, you know, that happens. So, sorry, text came across there. Isaiah Davis, we pre-record this. Yeah, he got to get a carry under Aaron Rodgers on Thursday Night Football. So, congrats to him. That's awesome. Can't hold that in. Again, pre-record, and that's super exciting. So, I'm gonna go watch that after we get done here. But yeah, so Sporting Kansas City, just pull it together. As a fan, hope it gets done. As an analyst and a podcaster, it's going to be a tough task, but we'll see what they can do. If they can pull it together this weekend, there's a pretty strong chance. So we'll see what they do at home. Lastly, in soccer news, Joplin heads to Central in Springfield, and they will tip at 6:30. That's the only game I've got for tonight and this weekend. So, all right, we'll head to the local sports update brought to you by Trackside Burgers. They're open at 1515 West 10th Street. Go get some weekend barbecue today, tomorrow. You won't regret it, that's for sure. And with the weather getting cooler, it's going to be awesome. So, also this September for the rest of the month, BOGO on meals for teachers. So get in there and get that done. Local news: Missouri Southern Volleyball heads to Southwest Baptist for the Southwest Baptist Classic. They play today at 11:45 a.m. versus Achita Baptist, and then at 6:30 p.m. tonight versus SBU. And then tomorrow against Truman State, they'll finish out at 2 p.m. MSSU Soccer takes on Midwestern State University tonight at 7 p.m. Hal Bowden Field, and then we'll host Senior Day Sunday this weekend at 2 p.m. as well. So then football hosts Northwest Missouri State. It will be educator night. So if you're a teacher, get those tickets in and get your free tickets to go. And on that note, we head to the 2-minute warning brought to you by Ghetto Tacos. On Friday, get 10% off burritos all day long. They do close at 5 p.m., so make sure to get out there before sports. They were at Third Thursday yesterday. A lot of people out there before that storm hit, and yeah, so they're located at 536 Northeast Street, Webb City, Missouri. Drive-through available. Call 417-717-1261. Make sure you stop by and get that food there. That's really good. The moelitas, or my tres leches, I call it that. I need to see if I can get it named after me. That's all I get when I go there, other than my nachos too. So that'd be fun. But high school picks are here again, and 2-1 Joplin hosts 0-3 Glendale. Who you got?
Glendale.
Okay, I'll go Joplin. They're at home. Glendale's 0-3. I like that. You're picking the underdog there. Okay.
I feel like it would be cool. We're early in the season.
Yeah. Another underdog, 1-2 Webb City hosts 1-2 Ozark. And who you got?
I'm giving that to Webb since they're tied and at home.
Okay, I'll take Webb at home too. And if they don't, then I'm not going for Webb the rest of the season. So yeah. 3-0 Neosho. Wow. Long time since I've said that. 3-0 Neosho hosts 0-3 Waynesville. Who you got?
Well, I guess Neosho.
Yeah, I want to see Neosho win, go 4-0. They have a really stacked end of the season against the original COC, so we'll see how that goes, because all these guys are hearing 3-0. What? But all right. Then 3-0 Carthage. Oh, I'll take Neosho at home, by the way. 3-0 Carthage hosts 3-0 Nixa. Battle of the Unbeaten. Who you got?
I'm taking the home team. Yeah.
Okay, Carthage. Okay.
Yeah.
After watching Nixa last week against Joplin, they'll be on the road against a pretty decent school as of late. This one's torn for me. Like, I don't like either school, but they're both really good programs as of late. And I guess go local, Carthage. I'll take Carthage here. But end of the episode, music's here. And yeah, for Tony, Jensen, Clint, and myself, have a great and safe weekend. Make sure you get out and go see some sports this weekend. And yeah, any plans? Got anything going?
I have to do a lecture on Saturday, so
Sweet.
Something, but it's plans.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gonna go watch my school from last year, the Mustangs. Gonna go watch them play some football this weekend and watch my I think it's my niece. I'm not 100% certain on that. I think it's my niece. Cheer. I don't know if she's my sister-in-law or my niece or something like that, but whatever.
Family.
Hey, family. But yeah. All right. Well, have a good weekend, and you guys too. Have a great one from the Sports Timeout. See you next week.